name is Uni, and I'm here to talk about the benefits of adequate sleep and rising early. How many of you have slept late because of watching your favorite TV show and know you have to be at work in 4 hours? How many times have you pressed the snooze button and realized I have to be at work in 20 minutes and work is 30 minutes away? Now, you jump out of bed, your heart starts to beat. You jump into the shower, you brush your teeth for a minute, and you try to look for your clothes, you try to look for your keys, you get into your car, and you start speeding up to get to your work. Once you get to your work, you realize that you are 13 minutes late. So you're still frazzled, your brain is foggy, and you are still tired, and you also realize that you haven't eaten breakfast. That was an example of many of my mornings until I had changed my sleeping habits. I will discuss the benefits of adequate sleep, rising early, and the unfavorable outcomes of inadequate sleep. These 3 points I will discuss can improve your mental health, be physically healthier, and improve productivity. This leads me to my first point. Sleep has a large role in our mental health. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, NINDS.nih.gov, states that when we sleep, a phase called rapid eye movement, or for short, REM sleep occurs. REM sleep begins with the signals from the base of the brain called the pons that travels to the thalamus, then relays that signals to the cerebral cortex of the brain. Part of the cerebral cortex are responsible for learning, thinking, problem solving, and planning. The disadvantages of the lack of sleep affects how our brain functions. For example, your decision making is poor, you become anxious, you can be angry, you have mood changes, which is not good. Benefits, according to the NINDH.nih.gov, cites experts believe sleep gives neurons that were used while awake a chance to shut down and repair themselves. That means better memory and improves learning capabilities. Now that I've discussed some of the effects of the brain with either lack of sleep or adequate sleep, I will move forward to my second point, your physical health. Your physical health can be improved with sleep and when you rise in the morning. Inadequate amount of sleep affects the well-being of your body. According to an article in WebMD.com, written by Dr. Balachandran, stated many studies showed T cells that are white blood cells in our body, vital to our immune system, dropped when we are sleep deprived. That means you can potentially come down with a cold or the flu. Dr. Balachandran also stated levels of your C proteins that is produced in the liver increases as you lack of sleep. When the C proteins increases, that can be a sign of some kind of inflammation in the body or the beginning of an infection. Adequate sleep and being an early riser helps start your day in a healthy manner. Remember earlier how I rushed my morning where I didn't have a chance to eat breakfast? Jim Dillon wrote an article, Better Breakfast for a Better Day, in healthambition.com. He wrote that your body has been on a fast for 6 to 8 hours while asleep at night. And in order to break that fast, it is important to start your day with breakfast. That does not have to be a big fancy breakfast. It can be an apple, oatmeal, yogurt, and that would be suffice. Basically, when your body is in a fast or have not eaten for long periods of time, your blood sugar level is typically low and can continue to decline, making you feel fatigued, lightheaded, and lack coordination if you don't eat. So you should treat your body with breakfast in the morning, and your body will thank you with energy and clarity. I've discussed how adequate sleep and rising early has positive effects to the mind and body, and how rising early gives you that time to have the most important meal of the day. This leads me to my last point, productivity. An article in Forbes.com, Top 10 Advantages of Waking Up Early, cites a Harvard biologist, Christoph Randler, in a 2008 discovery that early risers tend to be more proactive, and we're more likely to agree with statements such as, I spend time identifying long-term goals for myself, and I feel in charge of making decisions. In the same article of Forbes.com, Texas University conducted a study in 2008 with college students, and the students who call themselves morning people tend to have a 1 point higher grade point average than those of a night owl. So that would be 3.5 for a morning person versus a night owl 2.5. Students who are morning people were more likely to anticipate problems and minimize them efficiently. If you can recognize that you have an unhealthy sleeping habit, reflect on those days. Try to recollect how you felt throughout the day. Were you in a rush that morning? Did you give yourself time for breakfast? Did you feel lethargic? Difficulty in concentrating? Experiment by sleeping earlier, especially if you work the following day. Afterwards, did you feel like you had enough sleep and need time to eat? If not, see how many hours your body needs and factor in that extra time to eat. I myself had to figure out what amount of hours my body needs. Eventually, my body adjusted, and I made a point to make breakfast for myself before work. The quality of my mental health and physical health had significantly improved after I changed my sleeping habits. I would like to close with a quote by Earl Nightingale. We are at our very best. We are happiest when we are fully engaged in work we enjoy. On the journey toward the goals we've established for ourselves, it gives meaning to our time off and comfort to our sleep. It makes everything else in life so wonderful, so worthwhile. Thank you.
Yay! Bara.